says this download was they're being confronted by their person. Like, so the person that this person is with, whoever they're either married to and whatever they were doing in their relationship that they show to other people, we should say, because these are people who have DL relationships, whether they're feminines with other feminines or masculines with other masculines. These people are on the DL. And I'm a little irritated right now too, because I was just finished watching some lady, hold on. Number one, let me make sure I can hear me, because then I know for sure that y'all can hear me. Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, I can hear me. All right, so listen, these people are being confronted. So in one scenario, Spirit already gave me some info. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, it's not the friend. So somebody is under the impression or curious if it's a friend. Like, there's a couple where the spouse or the boyfriend or the girlfriend, whoever, most of them seems like they're spouses though. The spouse is wondering, is it the friend that they're always hanging out with? No, it's not the friend. It's someone else who's actually married, is what Spirit said. It's like, oh no, it's not the friend that's an outward, that's in a that was in a same-sex relationship. It's actually another couple that where that person is also out and has someone, and that's why it's such a mix-up. That's why your person can't really move on with their person, because their person has a person. Are you getting it? So even the people that they're in the same-sex relationships with, those people are attached to other people. And other people know those people to be out. So it's not the friend that's out. It's not their friend that's, out and, homosexual. Yeah. And again, it's because of all the changes that will happen. So now you get why the Tower is here in reverse. Fear of change, avoiding the inevitable, liberation. The reason why they're avoiding this is not because, oh, why can't you just leave and go? Well, because it messes up someone else's marriage who's also a same-sex marriage. And so, but not that it matters, because again, the burden is the burden, right? The traumatic event is the traumatic event. Like, what needs to happen needs to happen. Look, I'm on the money with this. Okay? Yeah, this dishonesty. Look, so while you may be thinking it's their friend and you may be arguing with the friend and they're arguing you back like, it's not this person. It's not that person. It's somebody else who's outwardly gay, who's in a relationship as well. And that person is in that relationship because financially it suits them, and they may have some children too. They may have adopted children, is what I'm hearing. Like a sister's children or something like that. Somebody children that they took in. That's what Spirit said, is somebody's children that they took in. So maybe that will help you understand. Like, they doing it because they get checks for these kids, and if they leave this situation, they don't have a financial backing, and maybe neither will this other person who's connected to the collective. Because there's the collective above the table, and then there's this energy. This is somebody around you who is trying to make you out to be a third party, or out to be something that you're not. It's in some way, shape, or form to avoid their karma. Like, it's, if I make this person look bad, then nobody's looking at me. It's that energy, whomever this person is. Yeah, if I can put somebody else on the out, they can't look at me and say nothing. If I can put somebody else in the hot seat, they can't. And this is like knowing and unknowing. If they can do that, yeah. Yeah, again, the reason they don't want to walk away, or they're having such a difficulty with even walking away from the person that the collective knows or is connected to. I don't know if this is your neighbors, because again, I had neighbors who were in same-sex relationship and they were arguing all the time. But anyway, it's because they haven't yet started to address their priorities. They haven't found balance. They haven't learned how to like manage their resources, or even make, like, one person is dependent on the other. And that was the same way of the relationship that was of the neighbors that I had living next door to me. there was one girl who was just kind of hanging out and spending her money on whatever, and then the other one kind of took care of everything. And granted, that other one that took care of everything was more of the masculine energy, and it is what it is. It's just kind of like, well, that's the whole purpose of being able to kind of be able to be responsible for yourself. So there's some, okay, so Saturn return does play a part in this, because I was going to save that for another reading, but Spirit's saying that very much so plays a part in this reading here, is that the Saturn return works because you go through Saturn return. Let me see if I can find my notes real quick. You go through Saturn return at different ages, right? So like late 20s to early 30s, and then again from the late 50s to early 60s. And so I was doing a lot of research so I could pull out numbers and age groups, so you could kind of look at those age groups of those people and be able to maybe help identify who these people are in your life if you don't already know. I laugh because we know who these people are. They don't know who they are. That's the problem. They have no idea. They want to be you. Because your life looks so easy. It's like, really? Because you keep trying to deflect everything about you on me. So how is it easy to have to continue to show you who you are? Like, this gonna be installed. I'm gonna have to put out chapter book number 2 of let you see yourself, because this is what's happening here for all of these people. Okay, so it's the Saturn return. So the age groups for the Saturn return are, like I said, late 20s, early 30s, late 50s, early 60s. So it kind of starts around age 27 and a half, right? And the end of that cycle, when you're finished with that, is like 32. 32 is when you're seeing what you want next and you're trying to figure out how to get it again, okay? Because the Saturn return happens again. So like I said, again, starts at age 57 and a half, and the end of that is at 62. So what tends to happen in a Saturn return, I bet you this is not the phone that I have all the notes on. Nope, because that one takes better pictures. So in Saturn return, it's basically when you're met with a certain space and time in life where you're supposed to be, you're faced with a lot of stuff, okay? And you're supposed to be evaluating that. Oh, I do have some notes here. Okay. Oh, wait, those are just angry notes. Okay. So Saturn return is kind of like that spiritual awakening, if you will. But it's like you're the only one that notices then. And then what happens after the first Saturn return, when you're like in your 20s to your 30s, so then what you hit is 33. Now, when you hit 33, that's your God year. So in that time frame, you should be able to start the process of actually getting into your, what I call God body. So just kind of looking at yourself and trying to choose how to live your life as the best God possible. I'm gonna just leave it at that for argument's sake. I don't need nobody. So in that experience, what tends to happen, because I saw it happen for me, like at 33, I did get into that and I wanted to figure it out. And then I went back to the person that I was with before in my early 30s, trying to see if they had that same growth. And they didn't. And at that time, I found out I was pregnant with my youngest child, my daughter, at that time. And it was almost like 10 years to the date. It literally happened like Christmas, almost exactly, that I found out, what was going on with my ex-husband, like how he was, living his life. Let's just put it that way. And that's the issue, is that it's never really an issue, like, because I just finished watching something where this young lady, she divorced her husband when she found out what he was up to, and she left him, and then he went and he murdered her. And I don't feel like that's the response, but they're trying to normalize that response within, society, because they want you guys to feel comfortable with losing all the mothers now. Because remember, it was all our brothers, right? Now they want you to become comfortable with losing all the mothers. So once all the mothers are removed, all this nurturing and loving energy, then it get, and these demonic entities, that have attached themselves to these empty vessels, because it's like right around this Saturn return where people kind of choose who they really want to be, like if they want to be good people or not. And so then you get to that 33. And if you miss that phase during that 33rd year of your life, usually it lasts for about another 2 years is what I believe. You get to that point and you're like either going to make a change and a difference, or you're not. And you'll see that start to cultivate. You'll see yourself, looking back and seeing, okay, I keep moving forward and I keep moving upward and I keep moving forward and I keep moving upward. And then you reach that, look, having new relationships, having new, adventures, pure intentions, joy, like I said. And that's what you're supposed to learn in that moment. But if people stay into that negative energy and don't turn their life around, what my understanding is that it pretty much sets you up. So if you decide in your late 20s, early 30s that like this is who I am and this is how my life's going to be and this is what I'm choosing and this is it, then that is what you get. Like I said the other day, some people choose this because they know their karma's already jacked up. Where there are others who are like, okay, well, I get this was a part of my life that I was supposed to make some changes. Make that change. Good. Show 'em all. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyway. But that's what you're supposed to go through, that man in the mirror. That's your shadow work. And you're supposed to just keep going through that shadow work until you really, really, really hone in on your highest self, right? And when you start to see your highest self, that's when it gets real crazy again, because there are going to be things that come just out of the woodwork to try, because there's another 25-year cycle, I think it is. And I'll have to break all of that down and help you guys to understand that. But there's that other 25-year cycle before you get to your next Saturn return. And each one of those years presents different types of things for you to learn, different lessons. And I'll get to that later. But that's pretty much where these people are. They got to their Saturn return, either their first one or their second one, and they're not moving. Or they're getting ready to enter their God and they're just not focused on God. They're not focused on being a good person. They feel like, oh, what difference does it make if I'm over here and I'm over there and I'm doing this and I'm doing that? Like they're not understanding the purpose of and it's not even about kindness. Like, why attack other people? Because it's not even about being kind. It's about like leaving people alone. Okay, that part. Don't pull people into your mess ups. Like if you know you don't want to be with a woman, then go be with a man. Don't get married to a woman. Does that make sense? Like don't get married and have children with this woman, because now not only are you bringing this woman into your mess, you're bringing some children into it. And it's like then they go crazy with being trapped in this mental prison, in this spiritual prison, that they get trapped in the spiritual prison of not being able to live their true selves, their true lives, right? Their true identities, who they really know themselves to be, day in and day night, morning, noon, and night, right? And then they get jealous of the people because they see the collective or the person that they were with, and they're like, oh, well, you're living like everything is great. And they just hate, it's such a sick cycle. And that's why if you're involved with anybody like this, if this is your person even, I strongly advise you to leave that relationship. It is the best thing that will ever happen to you. Again, you leave, you get into that God body, you move forward. I honestly believe that that's why we're going to be able to live longer right now. So people think that our longevity is like at wherever it's at for, average, whatever, human lifespan. But I believe that we're going to find out that it's actually longer. And it's because this Saturn return is coming into play, and it's really allowing people to get back into that God body for a second time. So it's like, okay, if you find yourself at that moment, because again, I went through this in my late 20s, early 30s. So when I was 35 was when I really was like, oh, no. I don't want no parts and no mess. And that's when I was just kind of like, okay, and started to let everything drop like flies. Literally. And they are sending a lot of, monitoring spirits and stuff like that, because they want to know, but they want to ghost you too. And it's really weird, because it's like, why don't you just want to know about what's going to happen with you next? Why are you worried about the collective? Because that's been the stronghold for a lot of these people who miss their Saturn return, because it's not like you can fail your Saturn return, and you can actually do well. And the only way that you actually fail it is by not being focused on you. Because it's your Saturn return. It's only in your birth chart. And it's a lot to do with like Vedic astrology and things like that. So if you feel like you're a little out and I'm a little over your head, it's Vedic astrology. It's a lot. That's why I say it's all of these things make sense when you actually understand spirituality. It's not just the books that we have to represent things. It's not just the stars in the sky that we have. It's just not just the traditions that we see other people do and the rituals. It's not just the innate knowledge and downloads that we get. It's all of these things. Mind, body, spirit, all together, combined. Anyway, just here to illuminate in the dark. That's all. All right, so these people are being illuminated in their dark. They're being questioned. They're being probed. They're being confronted. Even old friends are coming and being like, hey, like trying to snoop around is what I'm hearing. because they want to know too. Like, everybody's kind of glued in on this because they made such a spectacle of so much. You know, they wanted to be so evil that it, you know, people had to kind of find other means of being able to recognize what was taking place in their lives. Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, there is no doubt that this is really a cycle of them having to reflect and try to reincarnate themselves. Do they? That was the other thing that came up to me the other night. I was like, do they understand what reincarnation means? I feel like I have to explain a lot of words when, you know, and that's because a lot of these people are illiterate. And that's how I don't understand how a lot of these people follow people who barely made it through any of the grades in school. And if they did, a lot of times it might have been just on good looks, or, you know, who they family know, or sports they played, or, you know, because they were in another country. I don't know. But just understand, these people are not, they're not reincarnated. They're not even making it through this lifetime. How can they be in reincarnation? How can they be somebody that was sent here for other people to follow? How can they lead groups when they have not actually been a reincarnation? They're getting it all wrong this time. They don't reflect on the cycles and the fate. They can't even tell you how to do it. They can tell you how to attack somebody. Who can't? A dog don't need. It's a reaction. That's all that their anger and evilness and everything like that is. It is just an innate reaction. It's the fight or flight in response in everything. When you swat a fly, it move out the way, don't it? All right. I'm just saying, it's just that simple. These people are not smart. You thought you were following some great mages? How, Sway? They can't even heal themselves. They can't even reflect on the cycles and see the fate that they've left. And a lot of these people have just gotten really good at dumping their karma on other people. I'm just keeping it 100. A lot of people have gotten really good at dumping their karma on other people and using spell work to do it. You wonder why these people's families were doing well at some point and then their families all just fall off? Because they were using their family's energy. If you're a part of this person's family, you wonder why you and your mama and your daughter and you all live in the same house with no man, and your daughter is pregnant. Like, you wonder why these things compound on top of these people and why you see these things reflected in families and in people's lives, because they are connected to someone like this. They're connected to some narcissistic, demonic entity, because it is not a human being. It is no longer whatever the title is. That was the other download. It's no longer the person under the title that my friend, my sister girl, my sorority, my, you know, doctor, my best friend, my judge, my mother, my cousin, my sister, my brother. It don't matter what, my husband, my wife. It does not matter what title. My future, my first, it does not matter. Remove all the titles from everybody so that you can see the character, the quality of this person. That's how you create this. That's the password. That's how you become this enterprising spirit that brings the pressure, that's the reliable rock for everybody else, and is not in any despair and agony and anxiety and rest of that. They don't want me to acknowledge the fact that we're like not bothered by them. We're bothered by the fact that they don't know how to just go bother somebody else. Shit. At this point, we getting a little, you know, a little not so kind with ourselves. Like, why don't you just go find somebody else to focus on? Ain't there another pretty girl? Ain't there another good looking guy? Ain't there another guy that's a good dad? Ain't there another woman that's a good mom? Ain't there just something else somewhere else that you can focus on? And try to do good this time so that you don't mess it up. Like, it's just a friendly reminder of how this works. Is you trying to be something, or are you trying to continue to be nothing? Because people look at you like you're just really making nothing of yourself. I'm just being a friendly reminder. It's your life. Spirit don't be playing these days. Never was, but I feel like now it's kind of like there's no gloves on. There's like all this stuff is like in anything goes now. Like when they say that SHIT is hitting the fan, it's hitting the fan, it's hitting the it's everywhere. Smell a little poopy every morning when they wake up. I just saw wasting time in there. Yeah, their goal is to try to make something happen for you that's not going to happen for you because you never willed it for anything like that to take place in your life. Not only that, you're a reincarnation that's here with a specific purpose. Yeah, you didn't catch any cases. That's an irritating thing to me too, because I be hearing things like people telling other people that somebody has a disease. Like, really? Okay, well, if I think somebody has something, but I like them, I'm gonna go and get to know them first, and then see if I still want to get close enough to them to do anything with them at that point. And then I would just suggest that we both take them because they only take like 72 hours. You can get them at home. You can go down to just like you go get a morning after pill, you can go get, a test and get the results back in 72 hours. And honestly, if you can't wait 72 hours to be with somebody, I don't think you need to be with that person. I'm just saying. So stop being out here saying that the collective don't have no problem showing a receipt to someone, like a brand new receipt, not some shit you made up, not some rumor you made, not some spell work you did when you got drunk some night, tried to concoct some, these people. Oh. What's this tea? They can't run from the fact that they were fools. They cannot run from the fact that they were ignorant, rash, and impulsive. But they're going to try. They're going to keep trying. That's this here. The collections accounts, these people ain't worth a penny either. If they talking about, that was the other thing. If these people are talking about everything they got so much, then this should be really the easy part. They should be able to go and convince and do whatever they need to do. They shouldn't be getting donations from anywhere. Nobody else should have to be contributing to pay for spell work. And then in addition to that, they shouldn't be having to hustle. Like, if you got it, you just got it. But if you had all those things, then you would never want to go and take it from someone else because you know how to obtain it. So that's how you know they never really had anything, because they wouldn't be attacking someone who does have, or attacking someone, that might have or will have, because then, I mean, when you know how, you don't, I hope that made sense, because it made sense to me. It was like the whole dirt dinging thing on somebody who's never done anything. Okay, so keep making up stuff. And then when somebody actually get the cojones to go and ask the collective, run till that. Because I'm the type of top dog. I don't care. Somebody come with me to come to me with something. Oh yeah, we can go nip this one right in the bud. We can go find Planned Parenthood if you want to. You can go sit in the office with me. I don't have a problem, because I know better about myself. I know what everybody else be doing, and that's why I don't be bothered. But that's why they're afraid to come towards you, because they should have known better to let somebody coach them into this. They now know that they are looking at this. Okay, that this is a fear of change, avoiding the inevitable, liberation. And maybe people are seeing it. I don't know. I feel like a lot of these people are really just getting caught. Like, these people are really good at, especially if they're younger, because this is the card that fell on the floor that I've been trying to get up real quick. Especially if they're younger, or they have been doing this with people since they were younger and now they're old. It's like you should be able to see that they have a fear of change. You should be able to see that they're avoiding the inevitable. You should see that you need to liberate yourself from this person. Did they train and nurture you and develop a plan and encourage you to support something that you feel like you shouldn't have, or that you feel like, might have got you caught up in some way? Whether it be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or financially, or judicially. I'm just saying. It's a lot of different ways somebody could get you caught up. But when you support this type of energy, what do you think is going to happen? And if these are people like family members that have been doing this to someone since they were young, it's like, how old is this person? Are they still, has this person that they're attacking reached their Saturn return yet? They have or haven't? Like, what happened there at that person's Saturn return? Because then you would be able to tell if this person was going forward or not. Some people get people caught up in like a losing game. That's what this seems like to me. Whoever this energy is got these people caught up in a losing game. They always knew it was a losing game. Shit, if you think they like laughing at the collective, imagine how much they laughing at your dumb ass for following them. I'm just saying, they done did it so many times. They didn't play the long game, probably even with their own family. Because these people don't care about nobody. Nobody. For all we know, this person might have had some type of sexual infection since they was younger. And that might be a reason why they were afraid to come out and like because they felt people would automatically assume that they had something. Man, y'all better miss me with this dumb stuff. Y'all, if you at a second set, I'm sorry, if you past 35 and ain't figured it out, I feel like you need to go get some help. I saw my therapist at 20. Okay, you need to get a friend or something. But that's so hard to do, right? You got to learn how to be your own friend. Like, you got to keep, I don't know. Maybe this is somebody's friend. Maybe somebody's like, wow, I thought we were friends. This person been over here getting me trapped in situations. And you got to think about it. If this person's marriage was ever on the rocks and they was on the ins and outs, did you ever wonder to think if like your relationship went off the rails when their relationship went back on? They used your energy to do that. They switched that little karma up, the little pay attention, people. I'm trying to help you. If you know the collective first, and then these people came in to meet you, because my parents did that. My parents moved here and then started hanging out with all my friends. And I'm like, yo, what the? Oh, yeah, me and so connect because we both like, and I was just kind of like, okay, fine, cool. It was like, okay, but, what else? So I removed myself. I felt like maybe I chose the wrong friends. Indeed, I did. So, y'all gotta get your life. Somebody gonna be homeless. Somebody is homeless, maybe, and crying over the collective. People can be homeless in a lot of ways, like mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, judicially. Don't ask me. Maybe they could be all out of like second chances. Maybe somebody's going in on their third strike, and that's it. Well, you knew you had to. You were still out there doing stuff. What kind of stupid are you? If there's somebody out here that had 2 strikes, or they got a cousin or some friend or somebody that had 2 strikes, and now they've been to be out. Well, where did you think you were heading with your 2 strikes? You thought you was heading backwards? You was finna take them off? Y'all keep playing with me. Maybe even this is somebody who was trying to impersonate your true person. I don't know, because that popped out. It felt like the energy of your person being like, yeah, they all gone. Ain't none of that finna happen. Anyway. You see how the energy gets introduced, this stranger energy? I just calm down. It's okay. Okay, let's go, collective. I hope you had a good day. Hope this helps. Catch you in the next one. Later. No, I'm just playing. Okay, so we already know who's who right now, right? We don't have any other questions. Except for this one. Spirit's like, yeah, except for this one. Because the M from the MYOB, look, and the M and the B is on the bottom. It's like, mind your own business. This stuff is mega mind your own business. Because I saw MEGA. So, yeah. Spirit's not spelling out nothing for them. They better go and declutter their life and focus on their financial goals. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get some positive things for not that this wasn't, because we know where we at on this. We're above the table, see, because this ain't even our business. People want to put us in their business to try to keep other people from knowing their business, and that's what they call deflecting and projecting. See, we're learning lessons here. I'm writing this person wrote you a whole entire story, and you swallowed it. Like, you joined the cult. All these people we talk about laughing at them and stuff, talking about, oh yeah, they drank the Kool-Aid. They drank the Kool-Aid. They drank the Kool-Aid. They knew that wasn't Kool-Aid. Probably had some pee in it. I'm just telling you, I know how these people get down. I know how these people get down. Y'all think they out there cooking you a cake with some fresh ingredients. They didn't let that stuff sit in that cabinet and spoil itself to death so they could send you a nice little gift in that care package. Like, it's just some real ignorant, idiot type of energy. And that's why the collective has been so focused and so diligent on leaving this energy out of their life. If no one could understand, you should right now. When you're focused on a breakthrough and having vision because you got in your God body and you saw that Saturn return, you was like, okay, I gotta be able to fix this. It's too soon. Oh, again, so people being able to live longer, our lifespan, like I feel like it's gonna go up to 113. Because if you think about it, we got another Saturn return that already gets us to about 60, right? And then from there, we need to enjoy that good life. Hey, welcome to that good life. I'm just saying. That's why we've been so diligent, because we know better. We knew that if we freed our mind, then the rest would follow. Y'all, it's too much R&B for me today. Too much rap. Too much soul. Oh, that reminds me of this other thing, because I want to do comment too, or I might put up a poll, because I want to do some investigative information, little bits about the different portals, because of course Atlanta's a portal, Phoenix is a portal, but there's another portal that I don't think people understand how this portal works. Ooh, yeah. I don't think people understand. Somebody feels like, oh, I broke an opportunity to, spark a friendship with this person, with the collective. And, I know that they could help me be able to get myself off the ground and really, yeah, too bad, so sad. Well, nobody told you to, okay, somebody did tell you, but you didn't have to listen. Nobody thought to go, oh no, because only the smart ones do it different so that they can. That's why we're reincarnated, baby. That's why they chose us to come back again, sweethearts. Because we knew this already. We're just trying to help you. You need to just say no. This is crazy. You guys better get away from these people. If you know these people, I would stay far, far, far away from them. Don't snoop on them. Don't snoop with them. Don't snoop. Every time you put your nose in somebody else's business, guess what happens? You're going to start smelling poop, your own. Because why are you in somebody else's business? And I know somebody saying, well, you reading on the... They in my energy. Clearly. I've had people pop on my table I never met before in my life. And never will. But, it is what it is. Because the things that don't relate to you on this table relate to somebody else. Somebody you know. Anyway. Stay focused. These people is tired. They burnt out. They is burnt out. They is burnt out. That's all they're hearing in their head right now. Burnt out. They mad at us like, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. They mad like that for no reason. I don't understand that, but I'm okay. I'm not glad that scenario exists. I am glad that there's exposure on it because it happens all the time. The collective knows that. So now you're seeing how people can just hate on another person. She talk about she gonna take my man. Really? Did you feel like she was talking directly to you? Because I know bras that done been to my face talking about I'll take your man. And I'll be like, well, if that's what you think, he's really not mine. Like, that is really the energy, ma'ams. Yeah, that's the upright. And I'm about to end it on this. Because I keep saying the same things. I feel like every reading I keep pointing everybody in the same direction. I'm coaching you here. And you still looking all... Okay. That's how you get into the upright. That's how you receive... That's how you enact your faith to receive justice and establish trust for yourself with respect to the things that you want in this life. This Ace of Cups energy. Yeah. That's how you obtain the resources. That's how you obtain the resources. Because water is what you need to pour in the plant to make it grow, right? Doesn't grow out here somewhere? I don't know. I'm making stuff up now. Because it works. It makes sense. But that's how you receive these resources for wealth and opportunities. Yeah, to make your mind grow. Your mind grow. Because that's where all your resources of wealth and opportunity come from, is from positive endeavors. Because hustle money don't last long. Neither do stolen money. I'm just telling you. Ooh. And some people feel like, okay, something to do with this child. I've been thinking for a long time. Oh, somebody feels like, yeah, well, I was waiting for a long time ever since I was a child to find someone to actually love me and da 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 da. Were you giving that though? Like the whole time was you just focused and thinking on like where you could receive from, or were you actually giving that out as well? Because there's somebody sitting up with a fat girlfriend slash fiance slash wife. I don't know what she is, common law wife. There's somebody sitting up with this fat broad and don't understand why this person really didn't love. Yeah, he loved her no matter how big she got. He thought they was gonna rub bellies together forever. She don't want you. She was all about that money. That's just what I heard. Spirit says somebody is over here somewhere. We told them. Yeah. If you want loyalty, you have to give it. Like we said already. Me love you long time. You know why she says she love you long time? Because she horny. She's so horny. She's so... She love you long time. That means desperate. Look up the word. I gotta go. I'll catch you on the next one. See you when I see ya.